The first question will go to Mr. Todd Levitt, and if you could hold your applause because before it's going to take a while. What would you do to improve the working relations between the county and the city of Cullman?
First thing I wouldn't do is go into office with such a bullhead that we're butting heads instantly. I believe that both sides are professional individuals and they can sit down and talk like human beings and resolve it. If you go in there look like a bull, they're going to hit you with a bull back. And it seems that's the way it's been in the past. Everybody thinks it's one side or the other. I just don't think it has to be that way. And I believe Mr. Mayor Gravitt's a very reasonable human being, and I believe you can sit down and negotiate with him.
Okay. Mr. Levitt, would you like for me to repeat the question?
Bingo.
Bingo, I'm sorry.
That's fine. Go ahead.
What specific issues do you think the
City, county,
to work that they could work together, working relations between the city and the county?
By all means, you have to go into any type of negotiations or any type of relationship with an open mind. But also, you have to look at history. You have to be prepared. You have to look at how everybody has been digging in. So I wouldn't go in with a naive approach and a Shangri-La that, oh, hi, I'm new, I'm just going to expect everyone to shake hands and work together. No. You have to look at history. You have to look and say to yourself, well, these are the important issues for the county residents. This is exactly what I, as commissioner, would be focusing on with an objective. I would work with my counterparts as commissioner and come up with a solid plan collectively, and then approach the city, of course, with an open mind. Hopefully that open mind would be reciprocated from the mayor and the city staff. There's a golden rule that I was taught a long time ago. Always listen at least 50% of the time, and always make sure you don't talk more than 50% of the time. That's the approach I would take with the city, and hopefully that would be reciprocated.
Thank you. Mr. Harrell?
The mayor has done an awful lot of good things in this county, and I'm quick to give him credit for doing that. He is a tough negotiator and advocate for the city, as he should be. And the county is supposed to advocate for the people in the rest of the county, and hopefully we come together for a total solution for everyone. Chairman Leifinghouse and I did negotiate with the mayor over SPLOST 6, and we did come to what I believe was a good resolution based on the issues and the conditions we had to work with. On water, I hope that we will come together on that. We need to. It is the best solution, and I am dedicated to trying to work with the mayor to get that resolved.
Thank you, Mr. Harrell. Mr. Scholl? You need a repeat?
No, I'm good.
Thank you.
I strongly believe that working together is so much more than merely professional courtesy. It's dollars and cents. It really has an impact on the county's budget. Because we have been, the majority of our commission has been unable to work well with other entities, and it's not just the city, but it's state officials, it's other entities that we don't need to get into right now, but it has cost us dollars. For example, SPLOST 6, which Mr. Harrell mentioned, we could have, if we negotiated properly on SPLOST 6, we could have obtained a 6th year on that SPLOST, another year of revenue being generated from SPLOST. If we negotiated in good faith, that's dollars and cents, and we need to make sure we do negotiate professionally and with courtesy.
Thank you, Mr. Shaw. Mr. Venko, would you like to rebut?
Going around me, I don't know if you're following around. This one or this one?
No, I thought that. Okay, Mr. Levent. According to my numbers, I must have numbered wrong. Okay, go ahead.
Hey, guys, before you, I get into a couple of negotiating points though. Before you try to go in and negotiate, if you don't have any cards on your side, you don't have a very good and powerful negotiating tools, you're not going to do very well. I know we'll get into water probably on these questions in a little bit, but if definitely have our own reservoir of some sort, we would have a little bit of negotiating on our water, but it's like we have our only source would be the city at that point in time. Plus, we need to have it for backup as well. It just, with the new rulings of the federal courts, where we won't have drawing out of the lake in another 2 years, it'll be over. And our SPLOST split in the past seems to be a big issue on splitting it. I think we way overpaid what the actual, the mayor would have taken, which was silly, maybe to the tune of 6 to 8 million more than he would have been happy to get. So when we go in to negotiate, we need to keep in mind that our citizens is who we work for, and the mayor also works for his citizens, and have respect for each other for that alone.
Thank you. I hope I've got these straight. Mr. Venko, your turn if you have a rebuttal.
Definitely, if you think about it in a very pragmatic, logical perspective, of course there's more residents within the county, within the city who's coming. So I think that's a starting point as far as understanding how, you know, SPLOST gets split. At the same time, absolutely, the city infrastructure does provide services countywide. We have to go and look at this again. I live and die by the numbers. You put a value on what those services that the city are providing to county residents. You also have to understand from, you know, a city's perspective that they only have so many residents within their governing area, and there are a lot more residents within the county. So again, very pragmatic, very by the numbers approach. And again, without an arrogant attitude, but you know, certainly as a county commissioner, looking for the best interest of the county residents. And again, the county residents do have to realize that yes, we do use the city of Cumming, but it's always going to be that I'm looking at for the best interest of the county.
Thank you, Mr. Harrell.
Just a couple of tidbits. SPLOST 6, to get a 6-year deal, the board would have to have agreed, and the board could not agree on a number. We tried, and without agreement for the board, 4-1 or 5-0, the 6-year proposal was not an option. I don't have a problem with not having another year of taxes on there. Let the people speak in 5 years or 6, it doesn't matter. The reservoir only helps, folks, if you have a water source. So just a tidbit on that. And the extra 6 to 8% the mayor talked about wanting would be way more than the $2.5 million that we negotiated with him.
For the sake of time, I think I'm going to ask if this is okay. Does anyone else have a rebuttal to what Mr. Harrell has just said? Mr. Shore, do you?
No.